So welcome back to my series on Love is Blind from a couples therapist. Okay, now I'm sitting from my therapy chair because I came to not only give y'all therapy, but to read the girls a little bit. Okay, we're gonna talk about the real deal issues in this video. And in particular, I really want to focus on this conversation between AD and Kenneth. I believe it was episode maybe 6 that they had this conversation about race. Can Kenneth really see his partner raising a black child? Now, a lot of y'all are uncomfortable with race. And I could tell by the comments of some of my videos. In general, people find it difficult to talk about race. But you have to, where we are in America, discuss race. And I look like this. Every day I look like this. I can't erase it. I can't do anything about it. So for me, race is always a pivotal thing in my life. Everywhere I walk around, this is what shows up. So as much as people don't want to talk about race, you really have to. And I think those who are uncomfortable with it probably don't look like this. Now, when it comes to raising black children, biracial children, I personally know people who are raising biracial children who are white passing, who to me have no relationship with the fact that they're black. And to me, that's a problem. Because it's a way to me of they're erasing part of themselves. And I see a lot of clients who are biracial, who have interracial parents, who come to me for services trying to navigate, where do I fit in? Because sometimes I'm not black enough, I'm not white enough. And then when I am in white spaces, at times I become the token black girl, token black man. So it's like, where do I fit in? And it's a pivotal conversation to have because they're in the South. At least here in California, maybe those issues, those questions do not matter as much, but you deep in the South. And you can't hide the fact that y'all are an interracial couple. And I'm wondering how long term will that affect them? Can they overcome the things that interracial couples have to overcome in the South? Because as far as we have come, we still got a long ways to go. And there's a lot of black erasure happening. And to raise a child in an interracial household, you have to acknowledge that that child is black. Just as much you have to acknowledge that the child is white. But I see a lot of people, interracial couples, where the child is growing up without black friends, and a PWI, and neighborhoods where kids don't look like them. And what do you think that happens to a black child who grows up in a neighborhood where there are primarily white people around them? What happens when they grow up and they go to college and they're surrounded by, oh, black people? Black people. I never seen y'all before. Black people. It's a culture shock. Even when I go to the store, I can tell when a child is staring at me because they have never been around a black person. It happens to me all the time. You can tell when they're just staring because, oh, you've never seen a black person before. We exist. Hi. Wave. Hi. But for people who are uncomfortable with the conversation, we gotta get real. Race is something that happens in the world. Race is a part of life. And some of us have to deal with it more than others. And when it's not in your face, you don't want to deal with it. Okay? And we have to acknowledge that there is times in life where race becomes like a pivotal thing where you have to acknowledge and discuss it. And go into a marriage when you are one race and your partner is another, it is important to navigate those conversations. How do we implement both our cultures, ethnicities, races into our dynamic? And there are some people who might see, oh, they're never gonna make it, where other people feel like, I'm rooting for them, they're my couple. And I'm rooting for them too. But we have to acknowledge that they come from two different places. I don't know how many black people that she's been around. And Kenneth himself has said that he has never dated a white woman. And as much as he has said that his family is open to that, we shall see. We will see. We will always see. Because people have biases, subconscious biases, conscious biases that they focus on, choose to ignore. But race is something we have to deal with and discuss. And some people are uncomfortable, and they will continue to be uncomfortable, because as the world is moving, the world is pushing more to me of interracial relationships. You don't see a lot of just like two of the same Latino, African American people in commercials, media. It's always one race and another. So it's something we have to talk about, and something I am noticing in the world around me. But I hope they do make it. But it was a good question. It's a good conversation to have, because it's real life. And this experiment is about real life and real relationships. But let me know your thoughts. Do you think the question was out of bounds? Do you think people would have the same reaction if Kenneth had that conversation with, say, Amber, Chelsea? Was it that AD and Kenneth were having that conversation, that it was like, how dare she? Why is she bringing that up? Why does that matter? I don't know. But you guys will let me know in the comments. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, because I got some work to do. I should be doing notes. So peace, love, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.